So it's early Saturday morning. I'm the only one awake. It's the perfect time for an unboxing. Stick around. Hello to all my friends out there in YouTube land. It is your good buddy Philtastic Phil here, and I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. So just as I said, it's early Saturday morning. My wife and my son are still sleeping, but I did get a package the other day, right here, in the mail from the original Fat Moose, the original owner of my LCS, Ilan. Ilan is out in the Seattle area. He does own a new shop now, what's newer, I guess you could say, Mighty Moose Comics, and that is in the Factoria Mall. Never been to Washington, never been to Seattle. I don't know these things, but I know that if I was ever in the Seattle area, in the Factoria Mall area, that's where I'm going to go, just at the very least, of course, to say hello. But Ilan would know I was coming, of course, because that's a far kind of plane ride from here. So let me go ahead and open this up and see what Ilan sent me. This is an AOK, and I've known Ilan for about, since I got back into the hobby, so you're talking since 2001, so over 20 years now, and a very good friend of mine. When he was still the owner of Fat Moose, it's kind of funny, I would go there sometimes, at least I'd say once a week to once every other week, probably closer to once a week. And in addition to picking up my comics, just go and hang out. And it would be like a minimum hour to hour and a half visit. And most of the time it was just hanging out and talking. And I think that's one of the things that's great about this hobby. It's not so much the books, though you do need a good book. Of course, something good to read and admire, but also just the connections that you make. So right off the bat, I'm happy because no bubble wrap, but he packed this very well. Not bubble wrap, no styrofoam. He used bubble wrap, but yeah, I mean, wow, this is layered, and then inside of it, he's got some protection as well. And they are all bagged and boarded already too. Let me show off what's here. This isn't anything new, I'm going to tell you. One of the runs I've been working on for a long time, I kind of stopped because the TV show came out and it really made things a little more expensive rather. But I've been working on a What If run for a while now. And Ilan's shop, again, that's Mighty Moose in the Factoria Mall in the Seattle area. Happened to post that he had some what ifs, so I had sent him a message, hey, how much? And then this showed up, so I'll show you what I have here. I think this is from the second series, and these all look fairly good copies. I've never seen this one actually. Choose your own ending to What If War Machine Had Not Destroyed the Living Laser. Yeah, it's kind of funny, like when I read that title, it just kind of hit me that I feel like at some point a lot of the what ifs kind of became regular Marvel stories. I mean, I don't know the original story, but I know that Living Laser, I think, is alive. He came back, he got better. What if Blink of Generation X had not died? That's just definitely from the second series. And yeah, she's kind of back, or she's been kind of back, I think, a couple times as an exile. Here's this one. This one sounds interesting. What if Punisher's family had not been killed? I mean, my assumption is he'd still be a cop. I think he was a cop at that time. Or was he a soldier? I don't know. See, I'm kind of lost in the Punisher lore. I don't go deep with Punisher, though. Oh, here, this is a really interesting one. What if the Amazing Spider-Man had married the Black Cat? Be interested in checking that one out. What if the Marvel superheroes had lost Atlantis Attacks? Might be very apropos for the Black Panther movie. Saturday morning, who says apropos? I must be still sleeping. No coffee yet, so I don't know if that's a cool thing that I said apropos or fought Doctor Doom and a Nihilus. I feel like a Nihilus doesn't really get a lot of play in recent years. The last time I could remember really seeing him, I was gonna say was during what was the big cosmic crossover thing? They did 3 of them. The first one was really good. Then the second was and then the last ones are like you could just skip it. Annihilation. There you go. Annihilation? Yeah, Annihilation. But no, I do remember Nihilus after that when he I think it was towards the middle of Hickman's Fantastic Four run, when we thought that Human Torch was dead. He really wasn't, but that's how comics go. Yeah. So here's another one. What if the Avengers lost Operation Galactic Storm? I reread Operation Galactic Storm recently in trade paperback, and I have to tell you, definitely not one of those epic stories, in my opinion at least, doesn't hold up. This is one I haven't seen.
Hey everybody, so we are at that magical, I was going to say the magical hour, but it's not an hour. We're at that magical time where I am going to go through the shoutouts from my last video, which I forgot I missed the shoutouts last week. That's okay, that's my bad. So the shoutouts for this video, and that was on my LCS haul. If you haven't seen it, I'll try to remember to throw a little card or something around there. My shoutouts are Zach's Collectibles, Zach's Collections, White Mojo Wolf, Collecting with Dervs. I gotta tell you, check out Dervs' channel if you haven't, because he's definitely putting in a lot of like great positive energy out there, and it's great. It makes me smile every single time I watch one of his videos. Brian LCS, Super Honorable Nephew, the great Super Honorable Nephew, Main Event Comics, Cuppo Comics, Trev the Shipping Guru, who is on the lucky streak, and I feel like I started that lucky streak for him. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Where'd You Get That? Talked about his channel before. Great channel. I encourage you to check out. Different kind of collectibles, not just comics. I really love his, I know it was a while back, but he showed off some Adam West Batman stuff. Doug Breton, I think that's how it's pronounced. The author behind Isolation, who will be appearing, from what I understand, with Reggie Collects and Delia Gunderson at New York Comic Con next week. I won't be there, but if you do, why don't you stop by, say hello to Doug and Reggie and Delia, and tell them Philtastic said hello. Tell them Philtastic sent you. Maybe they'll give you something, but probably not. Maybe a high five and a smile. That's good enough. Wellbore, Fanatic Collectibles, and I'm sorry, Fanatic Collection Guru. I apologize if I messed up your name, because I cannot read my own handwriting. I have the handwriting of a doctor, but neither the skills nor the income. William Bethay, again, I probably mispronounced it. And of course, the owner of my LCS, whom you may have seen on my last installment of 7 Minute Stories, Sean Hendricks. So that was the last shout out challenge. So for this shout out, leave a comment with the hashtag Moose. That's in honor of Ilan, again, the original owner of Fat Moose Comics. Again, that's hashtag Moose. And if you're in the Seattle area, go ahead and visit Mighty Moose Comics at the Factoria Mall. If I haven't said in this video already, I don't know, I filmed it a little while back, so I may be repeating myself, as I typically do. Well, with that, again, hashtag Moose, and leave a nice comment, and you'll get a nice shout out. Back to the video.
What if the Kingpin owned Daredevil? And that's an interesting concept. I don't think Kingpin has ever per se owned Daredevil. I know that, and then I said per se. I said apropos and per se today. What the hell's going on with me? I don't know. Yeah, I know during Bendis' run, I think there was an alliance at one point, but that's about as much as I could think of. Here you go. What if Legion had killed Magneto? This is interesting because it's kind of like the reverse of the Age of Apocalypse. In fact, it says on it the Age of Xavier. So I'd definitely be interested in checking that one out. The copy's a little beat up, I could see, but you know, these are kind of things that I'm just kind of filling in a run on. And then I think this is the final one here. What if the Cosmic Avengers I had two fancy words and then I just goofed up a regular word. What if the Cosmic Adventures battled the Guardians of the Galaxy? So, that seems interesting. But that is my haul. Again, a great AOK from Ilan Strasser, owner and proprietor of Mighty Moose Comics. Thank you, Ilan. I appreciate it. And this is definitely going to help fill in a little bit of a run for me. Well, that is all I have for you here today. I'm going to clean this up and run upstairs. I think Breakfast with Brian starts in about half hour, 20 minutes. That's Brian LCS if you're not familiar, which you probably are, and if not, you should be. Maybe see if everybody's up and maybe try to eat something myself. But in the meantime, thanks again for coming by and watching my video. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week, all that nice YouTube stuff, of course. Like, share, and subscribe, of course. Peace, love, and comics. Take care.